Everybody knows that one person who just has a magnetic presence, so good to be around that you can't ignore them. The kind of person who instantly makes everyone feel comfortable, draws people in without even trying, and somehow leaves a lasting impression wherever they go. Most people think they're just naturally charismatic or that they were simply born that way. But that's not true. Charisma isn't a gift. It's a skill. It's something that's built through the right mindset, daily habits, and the way you see both yourself and the people around you. So in this video, I'm going to break down the mindset shifts and real-life habits that can help you become that person, the one people naturally gravitate toward and genuinely enjoy being around. Before we talk about what charismatic people do, we need to talk about how they think. Because your habits only work if they're built on the right mindset. The biggest mistake most people make is believing that everyone is constantly watching and judging them. But the truth is, people are far too busy thinking about themselves to analyze every little thing you do. Most people are worried about their own appearance, their own mistakes, and what others think of them. And if you ever embarrass yourself, remember this. What feels like a huge deal to you is usually just a small moment to everyone else. They'll probably forget about it by the time they get home. Once you realize that, you stop performing for people and start connecting with them. Instead of asking yourself, do they like me? Ask, how did I make them feel? And you have to accept the fact that not everyone is going to like you. And that's okay. The moment you stop trying to be liked by everyone is the moment you stop losing yourself. People-pleasing only makes you hide who you really are. The right people will appreciate you for who you are, and you attract them with your own energy. As long as you're kind and you're not hurting anyone, don't change yourself just to fit someone else's expectations. And finally, stop trying to control what's out of your control. You can't control what people think about you, how they react, or what they choose to do. But you can control your own actions, your attitude, and the energy you bring into every interaction. The more you let go of trying to control other people's opinions, the more confident and authentic you'll become. Real charisma isn't about stealing attention. It's about making the people around you feel valued. And once you start thinking this way, your behavior naturally begins to change. And that's where your habit starts to change. Habit 1. Listen more than you talk. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that being charismatic means talking a lot. It doesn't. People rarely remember the exact words you said. What they remember is how you made them feel. When someone is telling you a story, don't spend the whole time thinking about what you're going to say next. Actually listen. Ask follow-up questions. If someone says, I went to Paris last summer, don't immediately start talking about your own trip. Instead, ask something like, what was your favorite place there? Or would you go back? When people feel genuinely heard, they'll naturally enjoy talking to you, and they'll associate that feeling with you. Habit 2. Pause before you answer. Most people rush to answer because they're afraid silence will make things awkward. But confident people aren't afraid of a second of silence. The next time someone asks you a question, don't answer immediately. Take 1 or 2 seconds. Maintain eye contact. Then answer. That tiny pause shows that you're actually thinking about what they said instead of just waiting for your turn to speak. It makes people feel respected and listened to. Just don't overdo it. You don't need to stare at them for 10 seconds. A brief pause is enough. Habit 3. Speak with confidence. The words you choose matter, but the way you say them matters even more. A lot of people weaken their own message before they even finish the sentence. They say things like, I guess, maybe, or they apologize when there's nothing to apologize for. For example, hey, I was wondering if maybe you could help me with this, if you're not too busy. Instead, say, can you help me with this when you have a minute? Notice the difference. The second sentence is clear, respectful, and confident. Confidence isn't about sounding arrogant. It's about trusting that your words deserve to be heard. Habit 4. Be the one who reaches out first. So many people spend their lives waiting for someone to text first, waiting to be invited, waiting for someone else to start the conversation. But charismatic people don't wait for opportunities to connect, they create them. If you want to talk to someone, go say hi. If you want to hang out with your friends, invite them. If you want to reconnect with someone, send the first message. The worst thing that can happen is they say no. But if you never make the first move, nothing happens at all. Habit 5. Protect your energy. People don't just remember your words, they remember your energy. Have you ever met someone who always complains, criticizes everything, or brings negativity into every conversation? Being around them feels exhausting. Now think about someone who's calm, positive, and emotionally grounded. You naturally feel more comfortable around them. That doesn't mean pretending to be happy all the time or hiding your emotions. It simply means not making negativity your personality. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel lighter, not heavier. Habit 6. Have a life outside of socializing. The most interesting people usually aren't trying to be interesting, they're just curious about life. Read books. Learn a new skill. Travel if you can. Try a new hobby. Exercise. Watch documentaries. Do things that give you experiences. Because when you actually live your life, you'll never run out of things to talk about. You won't have to force conversations, they'll happen naturally. Habit 7. Remember people's names and the little details about them. One of the easiest ways to make someone feel important is remembering something they told you. Maybe they mentioned they had an exam this week, or a job interview, or that their birthday is coming up. The next time you see them, ask, "How did your exam go? How was your interview?" That tells people you were actually listening, and that's something they rarely forget. Habit 8. Learn to say no. Being kind doesn't mean saying yes to everything. A lot of people say yes because they're afraid of disappointing others. But constantly saying yes to everyone usually means saying no to yourself. If you're tired, busy, or simply don't want to do something, it's okay to say no politely. Setting boundaries doesn't make you rude. It shows that you respect your own time, and people tend to respect it too. At the beginning of this video, I said that charisma isn't something you're born with. And now you can probably see why. It's built through the way you think, the way you treat people, and the small habits you practice every single day. You don't have to change your personality to become more charismatic. You just have to become a better version of who you already are.